Hey guys, it's Andre from Critical Point Test Prep, and today we're going to be talking about the three most common reasons your SAT and ACT scores might not be going up. So stay tuned. So at this point, guys, I've helped hundreds and hundreds of students increase their scores on the SAT and ACT. There have been a couple of reasons why I see students struggle with improving their scores. These are not all of the reasons why a student might not go up on the test, but I wanted to share my insight with you and what I thought about it. Reason number one, you're avoiding your weak spots. And this is probably the biggest, most common reason why a student's scores are just not going up. Guys, it sucks to focus on things that you suck at. No one's denying that. And it also feels good to focus on things that you're good at. But the whole point of test prep or trying to improve in anything is working on those things. Like, yes, you do want to strengthen your strengths. And if you focus on the things that you enjoy in test prep and you focus on the things that you have a natural proclivity towards, you're going to improve in those things a little bit. However, if you're just completely ignoring those weak spots and the things that give you the most trouble, you're not going to make the progress that you need to. So here's what I tell my students to do. I make a spreadsheet. And in that spreadsheet, I have them write down every time they get a question wrong on a practice section of a practice test or on a worksheet. I have them write down what the test was, what the section number was, what the question number was, and then what concept was being tested. Why did you get that wrong? Did you not understand the concept? Was it a simple, division error? Was it a sign error? Did you not distribute? Get down all that information and then go and focus on that stuff. Get a workbook. Go to Khan Academy. Focus on the error that you made until you don't make it anymore. And that sounds so simple and basic, but so many students don't do that, and that's why they don't improve. So that's number one. Reason number two, you're making the test out to be this huge, massive, life-changing event. Guys, here's the reality. I know everybody, your parents, teachers, friends, they all make the SAT and ACT out to be, the test that is going to determine your future. It might affect your future to a small extent, but not significantly. I mean, it's third on the list of the most important college admissions factors. Like number one is GPA, or you get A's, B's, or C's. Number two is strength of curriculum. How hard are those classes where you're getting the A's, B's, and C's at? And then number three is SAT and ACT scores. So to a certain extent, the quality of school that you're going to be eligible for, or that you're going to be likely to get into, has already been determined by those first two factors. A lot of students forget that. They forget that and they think, oh, this is going to be the end all be all. There's so much importance in this test, and if I don't get a good grade on this test, if I don't get a good score, then my life is over. I'm not going to be successful. Guys, when I went to college, and I was not a naturally good test taker, I didn't have anyone to help me with test prep. I went to college, and there were a lot of kids my freshman year, fall semester, who were bragging about 1500s, 34s, 35s, 36s on the ACT, and that was a lot better than I had scored. But what ended up happening was spring semester came around, and those kids were no longer there. They dropped out because they had too much fun partying, they didn't go to class, and they were done. And so there is so much more that goes into being successful, and there's so much more that goes into having a fulfilling life than getting your highest score on these tests. And the point that I'm trying to make is I want you to get your highest score on these tests, but when you make them out to be this massive life-changing event, the likelihood that you're going to show up on test day and choke is very high. So I know it's counterintuitive, but a lot of you people out there, you care way too much about this test, and it's stopping you from doing your best. So you got to take a step back. You got to recognize, okay, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to try my hardest, and I'm going to accept whatever results that I get. But this test is not going to make or break your future. Last thing I will say here is there are tons of people who don't even go to college who become extremely successful. And no, I'm not talking about the Steve Jobs. I'm not talking about Bill Gates. I'm talking about average people who work as electricians, plumbers, landscapers. A lot of those people make $100,000 a year or more. And there are many, many multimillionaires who, have jobs like that and never went to college. Last reason why your score might not be going up is you've reached your potential. you started maybe at a 900, you're at a 1200 now, a 1300, and you're trying to go up from here, and you just can't. I hesitated to put this on the list because I worry that a lot of students will look past reason 1 and 2 and just give up and say, oh, my scores can't go up anymore. This should be the last reason that you default to, okay? And I would say that this is maybe 5 to 10% of the students whose scores aren't improving are actually because of this, because they've reached their potential. Guys, if you were born 5'1", and you have a limited range of mobility, are you ever going to be able to dunk a basketball? Doubtful. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's probably plenty of other things that you could be good at, and lots of other talents you could have. But you have to be realistic with yourself. If you think that you can go up 500, 600 points on the test, that might just not be a reality. I hope this video was helpful, guys. This was my first foray into the YouTube multiverse. And if it was helpful, do me a favor and like and subscribe. And make sure you hit that notification bell, because subscriptions don't mean anything on YouTube anymore. What do you think is the biggest reason why your scores haven't gone up? And did you find any truth or any validity to any of the reasons I gave? Let me know down below in the comments. And guys, I will see you next time.